Man, wish you could see how pretty it is out there with the moon reflecting off the river. Doesn't look like anything. It's real pretty though. I'm in the beef barn, feeding beef cattle the hay for the day. Making sure that the goats and the baby goats all have their breakfast before we go to the dog show. Should be fun. Kind of early though. Come on, girls, you ready for your breakfast? Yeah. Little babies. Good girls. You guys hungry? All right, hang on. Now you guys are waiting for your breakfast, huh, boys? Good boy. They're so cute. Little tails wag. All right. Finally made it out of the house. I got all the chores done. And all the animals are fed for the day, so I don't have to worry about them while we're gone. And we're going to a rally and obedience trial. So the way rally works is any dog pretty much can compete. I'm not sure about like blind dogs or broken dogs with 3 legs, stuff like that. But you know, the average dog can compete, whether it's spayed or neutered or intact, whether it's registered or purebred. Doesn't really matter because there's alternate listings for those dogs that aren't registered purebreds. You can still register them with AKC in a different type of registry. And then when you register that way, you can also do like agility and obedience. There's lots of stuff, just pretty much not conformation. You can't really show conformation. So the way rally works is there's 5 different classes. There's novice, intermediate, advanced, excellent, and masters. For the first 4, you have to have 3 qualifying scores, and a qualifying score is 70 points out of 100. So every match that you enter, you would need to get at least 70 out of 100 points to qualify. So assuming you and your dog were a great team and you didn't accidentally mess up, and the dog didn't accidentally mess up, after 3 shows you would have qualified to earn the title. The first title would be Rally Novice. And then intermediate is basically advanced signs. You follow signs as you go through a rally course. It's the advanced signs, but it's still on leash and there's no jumps. So it's kind of a nice buffer between novice, which is pretty basic, to advanced, which gets a little more difficult. And because not everybody's ready to take their dogs off leash and follow a course. So intermediate's a nice stepping stone between the two. And then advanced, you move on, you get to have, I think there's 1 jump in advanced, and maybe in excellent there's 2 jumps. And then the last class is masters. In masters class, you are required to qualify 10 times to get that title. So you have to have 10 qualifying scores in order to earn your master's title. And masters is the most complicated level, and it can get a little overwhelming with all the directional changes, and there's a lot of signs, it gets confusing, but it's a lot of fun. So this morning I have 2 things I'm entering. I have Rally Masters, and then I'm also entering, I've got Mavis entered in obedience, beginner novice obedience. She already earned her CD, which is her companion dog title, which is like the basic obedience title. And beginner novice is usually used as like a step between, it's kind of like a practice CD sort of, in that it's a little bit easier, but I kind of skipped it and I thought, well, it'd be fun to still have it. So we went kind of backwards. We got her CD first and now we're getting her beginner novice title. But entering obedience and rally at the same time, at the same trial, wasn't probably the smartest move on my part, because in obedience you're not allowed to talk to your dog. Your dog's expected to heel. Your hands have to be kind of in a certain spot. You can't use them to, do hand signals, anything like that. It's much much more structured. And so she's expected to like sit every time I stop, which in rally you kind of don't want them to sit unless you tell them to, because there's several of the rally signs that the dog's supposed to stay in a stand when you come to a halt. So it's a little confusing for her, because she's like, no, sit or don't sit. What am I supposed to do? And I'm not really allowed to talk in obedience. You get points taken off. So she's had a few confusions with that, but you just lose a couple points. It's not the end of the world. But my biggest problem this morning is that I have 2 ring times of 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to be in one ring at 8, and I'm supposed to be in the other ring at 8. Because they always do, at least where I've gone to these shows, they always do the most difficult level of rally first in the morning and work their way towards easier stuff, because they're removing jumps and stuff from the ring as they progress through the classes. Yet the obedience ring starts at the easiest level and moves up to the most difficult levels. So somehow I went and got myself in the same time slot for both rings. So I'm hoping that I can get my masters taken care of first, and then run over to the other ring and do the beginner novice obedience, and hopefully qualify for both of them. We'll see. If it works out and she does well this weekend, she should hopefully have earned her beginner novice title. Maybe I'll be editing this out because she doesn't. But we'll see. Look at me. What a good girl. Finished our day at the dog show, and Mavis qualified in rally with a score of 85. Not great, but I'm happy. She was kind of looking all over the place. And then for her obedience class, she got 3rd. Which I was really happy about, because I didn't think she did that good there either. She, for whatever reason, she's so calm and so relaxed when we're out working, doing our normal day stuff. Yet when she gets to these dog shows, she just gets super, super amped. And just, she loves them. She has so much fun. And I hate to squelch that. I like that she's having a good time. So I don't really ask for her to be perfect or do anything perfectly. I'm just happy that she's enjoying it because she spends so much time letting me do the things that I want to do that I'm just glad she has a good time doing this. And so now we got our second leg towards our Rally Master and our second leg towards our beginner novice. So she needs one more qualifying score in obedience, her obedience class. Now hopefully I'll get that tomorrow. And then she needs 8 more qualifying scores in Rally Masters to get her Masters title. So clearly that's not going to happen tomorrow. But we're on our way. She's doing great, and it was a lot of fun. We're gonna hopefully go home and get some sleep. We had a late night last night. Not you. She got to go to bed. I had to go pick up my mom and my son at the airport, which is like a 2-hour drive, and they were on an Amtrak train that apparently struck someone in California. So there was this big delay of getting it like rechecked and all this stuff. So they were supposed to be back in Seattle around, I think 10 p.m. or something like that, and instead they arrived around 1 a.m. So I picked them up and drove all the way back home. It's about a 2-hour drive. So I got to bed after I finally got the dogs put away and everything about 3:30 in the morning, and then I was back up again at 5:30 this morning to get my chores done on the farm so we could get to the dog show by 8, which was my ring time. Whew, so I'm beat, but it was a good day, so that's okay. It doesn't matter. I'll catch up tonight hopefully, and then tomorrow we'll have another good day, and hopefully she'll qualify. She qualified for her leg in Rally Advanced, right? Yes, Rally Advanced. She only has 1 more to go before she has her Rally Advanced title with her Doberman. Hopefully tomorrow with her Doberman Daisy, and then hopefully it'll be a real successful weekend. And the next dog show I think I'm going to go to is up north of my house. And
here's the Doberman.
Okay, you can barely, so you can see her though. And that's a 4-day show, so maybe I can get 4. Oh, thinking too big.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a couple more qualifying scores. Let's not take a big bite of that apple, right?
I might be able to be Masters by the end of that show.
Yeah, she's dying to compete with me in Masters. And I have 8 more to go, and if you get, how many more do you have to get into Masters? 4? 4. Ooh, so it might happen. I don't want to compete against her. Her dogs are really good. She has a really, really good heel, whereas Mavis tends to just kind of like, stay by my side a little too far ahead because I use her for balance, and that's where her vest has the handle. So I kind of taught her to not heel with her head next to my leg, but more her shoulder next to my leg. So we tend to do a lot of bumping and knocking each other around in the ring, whereas her dog has a really, really perfect heel. So she always does very good in the heeling part of the competition. Anyway, I guess that's it. Maybe we'll visit videotape tomorrow and add to this, or maybe we'll call this good. All right? Bye.